Hey everyone, I'm Wes Sego, and this is Application Deployment 1, Term 1404, Milestone 1 video. And in this video, I'm going to discuss where I'm at so far with my project. And I'll show you my project, what I've got completed so far, and then I'll talk about what I've got left, and then some different little things that have come up or issues that I've kind of obsessed about. So anyway, I guess I'll start off with I'm going to go ahead and run it, let you see what it does. I've got a title page in place here that it's going to go to a tab bar controller. And in the tab bar controller, obviously I have a UI table view, and the table view is embedded in a navigation controller. And the second tab goes to a moon phase page where in that very beginning, the title screen, we're gonna ask for permission to geolocate and get the user's geolocation, and try to not only get moon phase information, the age of the moon, but also the illumination percentage. So for those that aren't astronomers out there, you know, the age of the moon is the same. It doesn't everywhere on Earth. It doesn't change. You know what I mean? If today's 14, or if the moon is 14 days old here in the northern hemisphere, it's 14 days old in the southern hemisphere. But illumination information, however, changes with your location on Earth. So we would like to get that piece of information and feed that to the API and get both pieces back. So anyway, this is just boilerplate stuff. None of that's hooked up yet. That's on next week's agenda. And then the third tab, I have an about page, which is just talks a little bit about the program and what an astronomy observation program is. And the cool thing about this, the way I did this is actually a web view that's showing an HTML page. So when I get a chance to get everything coded out and start playing with UI, I'm really kind of interested in getting in there and playing with putting some CSS in there and see how far you can push that, and what all you can do. I'm sure there's a lot more that can be done doing it that way rather than through or Xcode. So I thought I'd give that a shot. So anyway, that's it right there. It's obviously it's not being picked up from the web. It's a web page or an HTML page that's part of this program, but anyway, I just chose to do it that way because it was different, and wanted to play around with it. So what's left? Well, I've got to write the code for the geolocation, and of course I'm going to put that in the title screen or in that view controller so that it starts off immediately going out and hooking up to that API, and then of course get back that information and just store that until I need to plug it into that view controller. So I've also got to create my custom cells for the table view. If you notice, none of those are. I'm just using. I haven't done the section headers or the table cells yet, as far as being in a custom cell. They're just regular protocol or prototype cells. So design work. Obviously, I've got to get colors and fonts and change these images out. I mean, the images there in the bottom on the tab view controller are not really iOS 7 type images. They're just some old icons that I had, so I put those in. But get a feel how it's going to look. But I really want to update that to some iOS 7 stuff. And then colors. Color is going to be a big thing. I mean, the whole issue with this table view, the idea here was so that a person can open this up and quickly scroll through that and see how many of these things they have accomplished already and how many of them not. So, I was thinking probably some type of a burgundy red, and for the non-observed items, and then more of a hunter green type thing for the observed items, that red light, green light thing going. Of course, red is not a color that really hurts your eyes at night, so trying to keep that in mind as well. A person may be using this at the telescope, and you don't want to have a bunch of yellow and white colors that are just destroying their dark vision. So I'm going to play with that probably while we're over the break, and I'll probably spend a ridiculous amount of time doing it just to get the right color. But I get kind of crazy with that. I'm more of a um, fanatic when it comes to getting colors right. So, but then I've also got to create my icons, and then the last thing I've got to do is make a decision on how I'm going to do my data methods, so that I can finalize saving it and loading it. Right now, you're actually not. This information isn't being written into user defaults. It's just it's being loaded dynamically every time because I keep going in and changing it, and I change my mind about the way I want to set this boolean for observed or not observed. And in the process of doing that, I'm blowing up the way that I have to save the data. So I've saved it, changed it, done it this way, done it that way. There's several different ways that I've tried it. Wasn't really happy with any of them, but every time I do that, I have to rewrite the way I access my or load and save my data. So I just unhooked it, and said I'll figure out the other first. So I'm going to work on that. There's um, something else that came up with that I'm trying to research right now because I found another way that I've never done that sounded pretty cool. So I want to give it a try. So, but that's it. That's where I'm at, and I hope everyone had a great week. And talk to you again soon. Thanks.